Hello and welcome to the channel. Today me and Benji are at Bald Eagle State Park. Pretty much you turn into the park. You have the ranger station on your right hand side. It would be the second left. Coming down the road right there to this parking area. It's the road right across from the beach. If you turn right, it takes you to the swimming area of the beach. Turn left, it just brings you to right here. There's some pavilions down here, etc. Right across from there, that's the butterfly trail. That's where we're going to be coming back out of. Got some bathrooms right here. Again, nice big parking lot. And I don't know that we exactly do this the way most people do it. We're going to be taking the Skyline Trail, wrapping up around, and basically coming back there. There's a couple different ways we've done this over the years. Well, over the year that we've been here. This is the shortened loop that we do. Usually if my girlfriend's here, we do a little bit longer of a loop in the winter time. There's some of the docks are closed and we do some different stuff as well. And it also seems like they've been doing work down the bottom, but it seems like they're making the campground bigger as well down there. So that's kind of changed up what we do a little bit as well from the first time we did this. But we're going to start off right here on the Skyline Trail and kind of end up down in the campground and come back across the little bridge. We don't just stay on the Skyline Trail. We just kind of do our own little thing. So hope you enjoy the video, and we'll try and get some video of the good points and maybe a little bit of the campground too. This is a really nice campground. A lot of people come here with trailers, tents, whatever, that I've seen the times that I've been here. So, you know, hope you enjoy the video today. This is where they're working, right in there, and obviously over the right. Let's zoom in again. That's the campground right down there. Not that far into this at all. Really. Got a little bench, picnic table there. I believe this is almost like a sled riding hill of some sort, or it was. For some reason, I think there was something that said that the very first time we ever did this, once we moved here. But like I said, they've been doing work ever since then, it seems like, and some stuff's changed. I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to show you what the construction is. I've walked through it before on like I think it was like 4th of July maybe, or something like that. It was a holiday. There wasn't anybody working, anything like that, and we kind of ended up just stumbling through it because we were looking for the trail and didn't know how else to do it. But it sounds like they were working down there. It sounded like they were working down there a little bit ago. I heard some machinery going, and yeah, like I said, it seems like that's what they're doing, is expanding the campground, because this place is so popular. There's a nice hotel or condos or whatever you want to call it that you can rent along this or in this park. Pretty sure we'll see that when we hit the lower part. Be able to get a video up, a shot up at what that is. It looks like it's pretty nice and comfortable to stay there, to say the least. And like I said, I mean, it's a pretty cool park. Benji seems to enjoy it. It always seems like there's people here when we come here. A lot of amenities, a lot of people seem to use the beach and so on and so forth. But this is also one of the more populated areas, we'll call it. Most of the videos when we do them down on the rail trail, especially the further north we go up in the Grand Canyon and stuff, up in there, it's not really populated. What is it? I think the town of Blackwell or whatever, right past that, to get any further, like to the next parking area along the rail trail, we would actually have to go through a creek. There's actually a creek crossing on the road, and we had a little rental vehicle. It was don't remember what it was, but it was a little SUV, and it definitely wasn't going to make the creek crossing the one day we went up there. And I have a stock F-150, and I'm a little paranoid that if the water is even remotely high, that I'd have water coming through my door. So it gets really remote once you get up into there, but this is definitely one of the more populated areas, and it seems like a relatively popular park that a lot of people come to. This is the first intersection we come to. We just came from the Skyline Trail up there to the right. That's what we just came down. The nature of that, the condos would be up that trail right there. And then you come down to here, and that building, which I'm not even sure what it is new. I think that's part of the construction project they've been working on. And if we were going to stick to the Skyline Trail, which we're going to end up back on just a little bit further down, you would head down that way. For all intents and purposes, one of these days that's what I need to do. I just have never done it that way, because the first time we ever did this, we cut through the campground and ended up doing another loop further over. That's something more I do when my girlfriend's with me, though. It's for a longer day. Like today, we're really just out for a walk, and Benji likes a shorter walk when it's 90 degrees out. Well, actually, I believe it was 91 degrees on the truck thermometer when we pulled in. So it's really hot and humid. I'm definitely not gonna push him in the heat, and nor do I want to push myself in the heat. But we're gonna cut over to the Swamp Oak Trail, and there's a really cool old tree on here I'll show you. And we'll pop out into the campground for a split second, I believe, before we come back in the woods and re-pick up the Skyline Trail down there. But when it cools off, I'm definitely gonna have to get some better video of these places. It's just really hot out, and I shortened stuff up for him because he's not a young puppy anymore. He's getting up there. He's almost 10, and I'm not a spring chicken either. I'm in my 40s, so got to take it easy, stay hydrated, and not overly push on these really hot days. This right here is an extremely big tree. Let me get over to the sign because I don't want to get it wrong and exactly what it is, but it's a champion tree of Pennsylvania. It's the largest recorded swamp white oak growing in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Big Tree Program is administered by blah, blah, blah. So, in 2016, it was 18.1 feet in circumference the last time it was measured. And it's just, I can tell you it's a big tree. Benji, stay here, Bubba. I want to get a good video of this. It's a really big tree. I assume that it's even bigger than when it was last measured. But anyway, we came down from there. There's a bench underneath the tree where you can stop, and we've actually fed him dinner here before, the one time. So it's a nice place to stop and have a snack. And then we're going to continue down into here, and we're about to pop out into the campground in a second. That way takes you out to the campground as well. And I'm not actually sure what this is. It's almost like a stage or something for them to put on different shows or skits or whatnot. I'm not sure exactly what it's for though, but really nice. Looks like it's well kept. So if I see a sign up here, I'll have to let you know. I've never paid that close attention. Usually there's just people through here, and we just hiking through, but they got speakers up there. That's why it just seems like some place where people would do skits, or like a little place to do like theater stuff. I'll show you a small section of the campground. These sites are in the 60s. There's a trail that cuts across right there. Right back in there seems like it's really busy, but down here is real dead. Sometimes I think they try and keep people together if they don't think it's going to be real busy. Or maybe they're just all together, for all I know. Right up here we'll cut in, back in, and we'll find the bridge that takes us back over to that Skyline Trail. After the holiday though, I'm not shocked this place is as dead as what it is. I mean, there's definitely still going to be some people here, as in, you know, the campers that were back there, but you know, now that school started, everybody kind of had their last hurrah for summer. And it seems like it's a really nice, well-kept campground. Some of the spots allow dogs, some don't. Looks like there's somebody else up here camping. They're getting up into the 70s now. Yeah, really nice campground. Looks like that might be bathrooms or a shower house or something down that trail right there. This is where we're going to cut back in, the West Launch Trail / Footbridge Trail. It's not that far from when you pop out. It only takes a couple minutes, depending on how fast you're walking. And normally, if you want to do longer stretch, you can. Just stay on the West Launch Trail. It's usually where we end up. I've had him swimming over there before. And like I said, it takes you over to another section. There's a big loop you can do. And it just adds to the day. You kind of miss a Skyline Trail and stuff, but you can always pick it up on the way back. I mean, with the exception of this, the route that I'm doing today with him, we've never done it exactly the same way. We always do it a little bit differently. There's no real rhyme or reason. We just kind of start walking, and it's basically the same, but not 100% the same. I will say this, in the wintertime it seemed like they had the water down pretty good. And actually they definitely had the water down a lot, comparatively speaking, to what it is now. The last time I was here though, right in here, when you would step you could splash water up between the boards. So the water's lower than what it was the last time I was here. That's for sure. Good shot of the lake. And I would assume that that's what over there would be considered the West Launch. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to do a better video on this place. It's more of a swamp area over that way. But water's definitely up compared to what it was when we first moved here. Well, I shouldn't say when we first moved here, the first time we came here, because we never explored down this way right away. We saw it, and we drove past it because we ended up doing Sam's Club, and this is kind of on the way to State College. It's the way we take to get to State College. You can go a couple of different ways. I go down this way and come home a different way. It's the way the GPS does it, but we didn't do this right away. I think the first time we did this was coming into winter time, and they'd already had the lake down pretty low, and we did this side, and then there was another trail I don't even remember the name of the road you hop on, but you basically would leave here and go down a little bit further towards State College, then cut across, and you're basically walking the other side of the lake. And we did that. It was pretty cold that day. The ground was frozen, and it was the first time we had explored here, but the water was definitely down because you could go out on the rocky beaches on the other side. And pretty much it seemed like walk a good ways around the lake, and you're not doing that now. The water's up pretty good, and it took a while for them to get the water up because of the drought we had the first month or so of summer. But once they brought the water up, it stayed up ever since. And like I said, the last time I was here, you could splash the water walking across that bridge. All right, and here we come back up to the Skyline Trail. Had we not gone down the Swamp Oak Trail, that's the direction we'd have came from, we'd have stayed on there. And we're going to head up this way, and eventually we'll cut across the road and head down to that Butterfly Trail and make our loop back. It's nothing spectacular. It's pretty much just down one side and back the other. This doesn't even begin to show you all this park has to offer, but it's just a nice shorty. I think it's about 3.5 miles or so, give or take. And I have my app going, so I'll let you know when we get to the end just about how far it is and how long it took. But and mind you, when I give you times of length, I have him with me. He likes to sniff everything, so my timing is never going to be your timing. I might as well be with somebody that's old and can barely walk sometimes, the way he sniffs. But I'll be able to give you the mileage, but I think it was about 3.5 miles when you do this. Nothing spectacular, but it's just a nice walk for him on a really hot day. We can stay in the shade, and he doesn't get too overheated. We just got to the top of the hill, and this was one of the sections where you could cut out onto the road. And the next place where you can cut on the road is not down very far, but that's where we came from. One of the things I've noticed is, I think it was the last time I did this, they've changed the trail ever so slightly, and they've thrown basically sticks on and branches where they don't want you to go. That's one spot. And then right at the very beginning, they changed the route of the trail ever so slightly, and they did that so that you would actually cut to the right a little bit more. Not sure why they did it, but they did it nonetheless. And I just figured I'd show you that part. It's not a very steep hill or anything like that. You come up here, but just down here a ways is where we're going to cross the road and basically pick up the Butterfly Trail and start our way back. We've been walking for about an hour. Like I said, he's slow. He likes to sniff. He likes to pee on things, and it's extremely hot out today. He's more of a winter dog, and with his coat and everything. And like I said, it was 91, I think, when we pulled in, and it's extremely humid as well. So we're just taking our time. We're going to make sure we stay hydrated and just keep pressing along. I'll be back whenever we cross, and I'll show you the crossing and stuff. Here we are at the road crossing. One thing I've noticed today, more than I've ever noticed before, is just the amount of sand that's on this trail. I found that to be kind of odd. But there's the sign for Skyline Trail Modern Campground. Hiking only, no bikes. Right there. And then just cross right over here to the left of the Butterfly Trail. It's just, like I said, it's right real close. Not that much further down. There's that other one I showed you where it was blocked off. And then the road down there where it tees, if you go to the left, there's another boat launch area down there / parking lot. In the wintertime when we first did this, that gate was closed. We went down there, we let him run and so on and so forth. Then I believe if you go to the right, it's going to be the road that this parallels down here along the bottom. But here's the butterfly trail. This one's a little more open. It's grassy the whole way. They definitely have to keep the grass cut on it, or it would get, really high really fast in a lot of spots. In my opinion, they do a really good job of keeping up on it. Anyway, we're going to start back this side, and I'll show you the interesting points along this side. We said we got a bench there. I think there's a couple other benches. You'll be able to see the hotel slash condo slash place you can rent out for, a weekend or whatever and stay in comfort. I don't know exactly. I think it's called the Lodge or something along those lines. But we'll go down past that. It's a little on the late side. It's already after 3 o'clock, so I don't think I'm going to be having him swim at all today. But who knows, making some video of him swimming too. Anywho, hope you're enjoying the video so far. Alright, that's where we just came from. You head back that way, it's going to take you to the Skyline Trail. This way continues on the Butterfly Trail. And they've recently brush hogged all this. But right up there is the lodge, or little hotelish slash condo area along here. But yeah, this is all recently brush hogged. At least since the last time I was here. I don't know exactly when it was done. But the place looked really nice. By no means have I ever been inside it or anything like that. But they kind of look somewhat like the ones I've stayed in up in like Seven Springs and stuff. So, like I said, it looked really nice. They've opened this up a lot. Like I said, they recently brush hogged the sides of all this. The trail was always cut, but the side brush was, several feet high. Let's put it like that. You can always cut out here to the left. That's where I've had him swimming down by the lake. That's where the lake's going to be at. Actually, he knows that way. I think that's why he wants to go that way. And it's actually too hot today for me to stand there and let him swim in the sun. He'd be all right, but I wouldn't be. And it's also getting late, and I want to get home and get him fed, and get myself fed too, and all that fun stuff. So we're going to keep on plugging along. And here we are back at the parking lot where we started. That's where we came from. I forgot to film the very bottom. There's an intersection down there. And pretty much just make a sharp right to come up the hill to the parking area. Here's the Butterfly Trail. Has it about 3.3 miles total for the day. Like something along the lines of 400-foot elevation gain, maybe 300-some foot. Nothing spectacular. So, hope you enjoy the video. That's all for today. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And me and Benji are going to hop in the AC, go home, get cleaned up, and eat some dinner.